Hello and welcome to the Pronunciation Critique Series. My name is Joe Previtt. I'm the founder, creator of the English Byte newsletter and community, where we help each other get better at English with the hopes of landing a remote dev job. So today we're going to be critiquing a member of the English Byte community who goes by the name Luislour, who's a developer from Venezuela. And we're going to be watching this video. And so if you're new to this series, basically the way that it works is we'll watch a video of him from YouTube, just speaking in English. We'll watch it first without saying anything. And then the second time, we'll stop and pause and kind of identify areas or patterns where he could do better or pronounce things better. So without further ado, let's dive in. So first thing I'm going to do is turn on captions. This is auto-generated. This is a great way for you to critique your own pronunciation, because typically it's pretty accurate with English, and so if it's not understanding you, you might be pronouncing things incorrectly, you might not be enunciating things, so we'll use that as well as a way to gauge how well he's doing.
Hi, I am Luis. I am 19 years old. I like photography, video games, technology, and programming. I am currently going through the Odin project curriculum, so I could learn enough web development in order to land a job. I just finished React course on the Node.js track, and I started the Node.js course. I plan to get a role as a junior developer before 2024. I'd also like to improve my English level to a C1 level, and maybe next year to a C2 level.
Cool. Okay, so we'll pause there. So now we'll kind of go through, and hopefully you're paying attention to the captions. You can kind of see where some areas of improvement might be. So let's watch this.
Hi, I am Luis. I am 19 years old.
So it says I always. I'm guessing he said everybody. It's hard to tell. And here it says I'm 90 years old. I think he's saying 19. So again, 19 versus 90. You can hear the difference there.
I like
So there's kind of like this rising intonation versus I like photography. Notice how the stress of that, right? I like photography. It's almost like a question, the way that his intonation is going, versus I like photography, programming, video games, right? You can hear the pause there. Photography, slight pause. That's kind of where a comma is if it were written.
photography, video games, technology.
And it's funny because here it almost sounds like a commercial. I like photography, video games, technology, right? Versus I like photography, video games, technology. It's very subtle. I don't even know what that's called there, but kind of some of the stress of the words.
And programming. I am currently going through the Odin project curriculum.
And I think his pace, I know he's doing this without a script, which is awesome. And I think that's a great thing that you want to do and practice to get better. But he could be speaking a little bit faster, right? I'm currently going through, and here he says the Odin project curriculum.
So I could learn enough web development.
So I'm guessing the reason he's going slow is to not make mistakes, which, again, I think in this case, if you were having a conversation with a native speaker, it would be painful to have this speed, right? Same if I was speaking Spanish, yo quiero aprender, that, you want to balance accuracy with speed, at least if you're having a conversation with a native speaker in real time. Because if you speak slowly, they're going to speak slowly and kind of dumb down their language, or they're going to get impatient. So yeah, that would be one big tip is, think about speed.
In order to land a job. I just finished
One thing he does well, though, is the pausing between sentences. So you can tell, like, okay, end of thought, end of thought, end of thought.
React course on the Node.js track, and I started the Node.js course.
So I think the Node.js, slight thing so he could improve.
I plan to get a role as a junior developer before 2024.
Developer, I don't know, slight something there.
I also
I like, though, that for the year he says, he doesn't say 2024, 2024, just, 2023, 2022, more common. Both are correct, though.
like to improve my English level to a C1 level, and
Yeah, so, I mean, he thinks on the spot. He can communicate. I mean, it's pretty accurate grammatically speaking. Yeah, I think the biggest thing, though, for him would be speed. Of, again, just balancing that accuracy with speed. One thing that I found, too, is like when I started trying to speak faster in Spanish, when I was talking to native speakers, they kind of treated me differently. Where it was like, okay, like, yeah, I can hear your accent, but you're trying to speak faster. It feels more native-like. And that helped, that it gave them kind of permission, so to speak, to speak faster to me. And so then they were speaking faster, my comprehension got better. So it's kind of this positive feedback loop cycle. So yeah, I think he did a great job. Those are some tips. If you want to be part of this pronunciation critique series, drop a link below to a video. Happy to critique it. And yeah, last thing I'll say is if you want to land a remote dev job by improving your English, head over to EnglishByte.com, subscribe to the newsletter. That's part of the whole reason that I'm doing these pronunciation critiques. I want to help you, and I want to create more content like this. So you subscribing is kind of a way to say, hey, I value this. This is helping me. Please do more of it. Thanks, and we'll see you in the next one.